Good morning. I wanted to give you a little more context to the journal prompt that I gave today about what are the patterns that you're repeating? What can you change? Are you still getting the same outcome because you're still doing the same things over and over and over again? Yesterday on the Ancestral Souls Wisdom School blog, I posted a new article that you can't always do what you've done. And we've heard that phrase a lot, right? We know that if we keep repeating the same patterns, we keep doing the same thing, we keep dating the same kind of person, and we're just not happy, we're going to get the same outcome. We're just kind of transferring it to a new experience. However, we can use our family history to look at some of those patterns, beliefs, behaviors, energy blocks, things that are keeping us stuck, and we can change those things. Now, another thing that we can do, and many of you, I think, are tapped into this if you've been following me, is we're all energetically being upgraded. The consciousness on the planet is being upgraded from 3D to 4D to 5D. We're ultimately going to 5D. And a lot of us live in that 5D reality quite a lot of the time. But we have to break out of the 3D and the 4D and our egos and how we always used to do things based on whatever formula was given to us or the way everybody else was doing it. No. As we move more out of the 4D up into the 5D, and as consciousness changes on the planet, and a lot of other things start coming to the light, and we all start questioning what we've been doing, what we've been believing, the narratives in our family, the narratives of our own personal stories, the narratives of the earth, the history, whatever's been happening. We can change all that. And we must, if we want to be able to function and have a different outcome in the 5D energy, that consciousness. Now, I'll give you an example, and I did write about this in my blog, but you'll probably get a slightly different version here. So for many years, starting in 2010, I started writing a lot of books. I've published more than 20 of my own and more than 100 for my clients. Private projects, so I can't share who or what, but the way I used to write books, the way I used to write 4 or 5 at a time and have notes for the ones that would be coming after I published those and you know, all these different things in the works between the books and then new programs to teach and research clients and all of that, it all has changed. The more I upgrade, the more those old ways of doing, being, creating don't work anymore. And it's not just happening to me, it's happening to a lot of us who are moving up in consciousness, moving up, looking at our family histories and what's been working and what hasn't and where we've been functioning from and shifting and doing all of this inner work. In fact, I had a coaching session last month and my coach told me that a lot of us are going through this. We have to create or be in a brand new way, or we're going to keep getting the same outcome, or it's going to be completely frustrating and it's just not going to work. So when I've been thinking about my writing, my last book was out in 2019. It's currently not for sale. I've been, since 2020, I've got like 5 or 6 different book projects going on my laptop and in my journals, and none of them are finished. I've been having trouble the more I upgrade to complete some of these projects. I feel like I'm shifting so quickly that the information I need to share with my authentic voice is changing so quickly. And I haven't been asking for enough help from my ancestors, my spirit guides, whoever is out there on my invisible healing team. But this month, I was really getting the message as I was sharing my other books that I've written on Instagram about military research, genealogy research, the stories I wrote. And I was hearing, you have a different voice now, a completely different voice than what is in those books. And you need to start writing using that voice. So here it is. You can't do what you've always done. And I've very recently also been hearing, you have to just start over. Yeah, it's great that you have hundreds of pages written on your laptop. Maybe you can use pieces of that. But for the most part, you have to start over. And I woke up recently and my ancestors and guides gave me a very specific format. They're like, this is what it needs to be. This is what you need to include. Yes, these are things that you've wanted to put in these different books that you've been working on, but here is how you're going to do it. So this weekend, I actually sat down and did it And I wrote 13 pages typed in Word on Saturday, and on Sunday I did another 10. I had a little less time. Yesterday I didn't write at all. I was doing some other things. Today I'll do some more writing. But it's just flowing because I'm being this new voice. I'm being this new energy that I am. I'm not functioning from that old space of, oh my gosh, my life, I'm just in survival mode because because of a relationship I was in and everything that was happening there and life on 2 continents and all that. And I was often in victim energy, which is not a cool place to be, by the way, but we all do it from time to time. And survival energy is not a creative place to be, but sometimes our souls just have to go through those things. And I tell you, I have no regrets, because being on the other side of that and everything I learned and everything I let go of and who I am now is so much better than who I was and what I was before. We all go through this. So my invitation to you today, especially if you've been struggling like so many of us who are upgrading and we are shifting and the energies are affecting us through ascension symptoms, and we're just feels like every day we're not quite sure who we are and we have to reinvent ourselves and use our next authentic voice, the next version of us, the next fiery energy of us. Ask your guides, your ancestors, what is my next step? What do I need to do to change this? Tap into your quantum self, your higher self, your superconscious, and ask those questions there and see what answers come up, because I guarantee they will if you'll be quiet and listen. And it might just change everything for you. And now that I'm not doing what I always did, this year I anticipate releasing several new books and some big projects that have been on my heart for a while. And now I know how to do them. So if you've been experiencing this and you'd like to share, please share in the comments or send me a private message. I would love to know how your transformation is going. And also go check out the article on the blog. It gives you a slightly different perspective. Ancestral Souls Wisdom School. The link is in the bio. Have a beautiful day.